Leaving Corner Brook, I wanted to stop off at Deer Lake in order to go for a nice swim for the evening. However, my driver recommended that I go straight up to Rocky Harbour, and little did I know that Rocky Harbour was one of the places on my bucket list because of some of the hikes that were around. So she brings me further up the road to a cute little town on the sea that was filled with wonderful little shops with local art and amazing hikes and mountains nearby. Stick around to see some beautiful local Newfoundland art, a rare opportunity to see the Earth's crust exposed, as well as the toughest hike in Newfoundland done in bare feet. And if you want to support a small channel, please like, comment, and share, and of course subscribe.
Well, it looks like I'm going for a hike on the Gros morne today. I didn't expect to be this far. Originally I was going to stop off at Deer Lake and go for a swim, but my ride suggested I go all the way to Rocky Harbour. And it might not look like the best day for a hike. As you can see, the mountain tops back there are covered in clouds, but I thought maybe it's better to go when it's a little bit cooler rather than get sweating in the sun and covered in mosquitoes. I guess this is the start of maybe a 7 or 8 hour hike. I'll see you at the top. Well, I sure hope those clouds lift, because if not, it might not be worth going up to the summit today. I'll have to come around and do it again tomorrow. On the right side though, you can see this waterfall over there. Coming up to our first bridge now. That means that we're probably 1/10 of the way there. Although, at least we get to stop and look at this beautiful waterfall along the way. Still not looking good for going to the top. Although some more experienced hikers say that it might lift by the time I get there. Here's hoping. I didn't grab a huge amount of water on the start. I thought there was going to be a spring or a nice mountain stream along the way. But luckily, I found this water here. It's cold, it's running, it's got lots of moss cleaning it out. So I grabbed a quick drink here before going up. So we're about to go up this little gully up to the top of the mountain. This here is not really the best terrain to be walking barefoot all the way up the rest of the way. Although, better than flip-flops. Oh no, the clouds are rolling back in just as I almost made it to the top. Oh, I made it. I made it to the top. At least I think I made it to the top. I can't see anything. Oh, I'm gonna have some lunch and hopefully the clouds clear up and I'll get some photos of the view.
After a beautiful meditation at the top of the mountain, it was time to head down, because I wasn't even halfway done the hike yet. Here are a couple of shots of the hike back down, which turned out to be gorgeous now that the weather had started to play in my favor and the clouds had cleared up. The next day, I decided to immediately do the Tablelands hike, although along the way I ended up going the wrong direction, and I stop off at this little tiny shop, this glassblower shop, which had a really cool ice fishing cabin made out of glass. Although once I got back on the right track, I ended up walking towards the ferry, passing this little graveyard and this beautiful inlet.
So yesterday, I did about 7 hours on the Gros morne trail. Today, I'm doing the Tablelands. And what you're looking at behind me is actually some of the Earth's crust exposed when it was broken up from, I suppose, an earthquake and the tectonic plates movement. And this is one of the famous historic tourist sites on Newfoundland. The typical trail here is an hour one way and back, but depending on how timing goes, there is a lesser known trail that goes up to the top of the Tablelands and all the way across and back down. Hopefully I can make it up there today as well. Well, I might as well keep up with yesterday and taste some of the water here as well. A bit warm and a bit minerally. On second thought, maybe I shouldn't have drinking the water here. Oops.
On a beautiful hot day like today, I decided to do what probably no one else has done and take a shower in the waterfall coming off of the tablelands. And no, I didn't do the full hike this time. I ended up stopping at the end and coming back around. My legs were still sore from yesterday. On the way back, I ended up getting dropped off at the visitor center, which had tons of neat artifacts and history of the tablelands and the surrounding areas before finally catching the boat back on such a long, adventurous day.
Well, I'm off from Rocky Harbour onto another adventure. And it looks like I'm just going to be missing the rain as well. Although I wouldn't mind if it rains wherever I go. I could use an off day to catch up on some editing, and also my legs are pretty sore from all of the hikes I've been doing around here.